Do you know how long the videos? Do you know how long the videos are saved for?
I really don't know. I think like maybe 2 days, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you DoorDash last?
DoorDash. Let's see. What did I DoorDash? I don't know.
Okay. So I don't remember anything about the crash.
I have DoorDash recently, by the way, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember when. Like what it was like. Like I.
Let me ask you this question. So, you have a mom, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You ever been in trouble with your mom? Your mom asked you a question that you knew your mom already knew the answer to, and she was waiting to see if you were going to tell the truth. So I'm there right now.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot about you I already know, and again, I want to believe you're a good human being, and I think a mistake was made. Have you ever tried to scare your girlfriend by driving into oncoming traffic before?
I would never in my life, or in any shape, way, or form, ever put like the person that I love or I care about or any human being or even anything in harm's way. Like anything. I would never ever do that. And this person means the world to me.
Okay, Moses. There is a dash cam video pointing at the front of the car and inside the car. The dash cam video shows you arguing with your girlfriend.
I wasn't arguing. I don't remember arguing.
Okay. All right. Well, having a discussion.
Yes, sir.
And she was getting upset, and it just shows you turning into the left-hand lane, no skid marks, no braking, and then just driving into oncoming traffic. I'm trying to figure out why.
I don't know. Why would I do that? Like I would never.
I don't know. All I know is people tell me what you're telling me.
I would never ever do that. Like, okay, I'll tell you right now. Like, do you know what happened to me? Like, you know how bad that sounds. Like I just lost I don't know how to put it in words, but I lost someone very dear to me. And the daughter, like the girl, like she was very special to me. I really cared for every single person that was like right there within my circle.
Home videos show that Mustafa loves his family. There's a Google Nest video inside the apartment that shows Mustafa loves his family. There's a Google Nest video system inside the apartment. So this police department for 2.5 years, they're pretending not to look at the home videos. They falsify Mustafa's statements. I mean, here, we just listened to the conversation. This investigator wrote, Mustafa stated the argument in the vehicle. Mustafa never said that. This investigator falsified Mustafa's statement, went on, crushed Mustafa's vehicle. This is what they've done to Mustafa's car. This is Mustafa's car at the... Let's pull up the... This is Mustafa's car at the scene after the accident. And this is what they've done to the vehicle inside the police department. So not only did they falsify Mustafa's statement, they crushed and staged Mustafa's vehicle. They cut and mute Mustafa's dash camera. So you're talking about a situation where Mustafa's statements are falsified. I mean, this is the vehicle. How did the vehicle go from this after the accident to this? Clearly, they're staging the vehicle. They falsify Mustafa's statement. They crush the vehicle, stage the vehicle. They take the dash camera, cut and mute the dash camera. They weaponized the children, a 9, a 10, and a 14. I mean, walking into the Mustafa Al-Jazari case, if you don't know anything about this case and you find out the police department is, I mean, you're telling us that he crashed the vehicle on purpose. Why cut and mute this dash camera as a police department? Why crush and stage the vehicle? Why weaponize the children? He either did this intentionally or didn't do it intentionally. But you're sitting there cutting and manipulating the evidence. And the evidence that are coming out, this is a car accident. And you, the police department, are staging evidence and cutting and playing around with the evidence. Anybody that's looking at this case is walking away from watching this and is telling you, as a police department, if you had a case, you wouldn't sit there and cut and mute a dash camera. You wouldn't sit there and stage a vehicle. You wouldn't sit there and weaponize children. You wouldn't have to falsify his statements. This is a body cam. So Brad Haywood goes in. So he talks about Robert Drum falsifying Mustafa's statements. And then he goes on and he tells presiding judge, we read in the Brady motion, he tells the presiding judge that the independent expert was blocked from reconstructing the vehicle. And specifically, that same officer, Robert Drum, is seen on body cam to block the reconstruction. And he tells the independent expert that prosecutor Sarah Sammy said, you can't reconstruct it. Let's watch that body cam.
Which one is it? What's that? Which one?
This is the independent expert, Stephen Keene. So that right there is Stephen Keene. We paid $5,000 to have an independent expert go in and reconstruct the vehicle 2.5 years ago. And there's a judge order. And what you'll see on this body cam is that independent expert is being blocked. As a matter of fact, what we found out, the Faro scan, there is a $500,000 equipment that the county gives these officers, Robert Drum, to when an accident happened, they have a machine that's going to scan the vehicle, scan the other vehicles, scan the road, and tell you exactly how the accident happened. What we found out is that scan has been removed from Mustafa's case. They removed it. And what they've done is crush the vehicle, stage the vehicle. So when we bring in our independent expert, he's not allowed to touch the vehicle. He's only allowed to scan the vehicle. Now, you're scanning a crushed and staged vehicle. Your scan is no longer going to read anything. And that's what they wanted. They wanted this independent expert to scan the vehicle, and they crushed it in certain places to make it look like a head-on collision. Let's watch the body cam and watch what they're doing at the site and how they're blocking the reconstruction. And watch for Robert Drum telling this independent expert that prosecutor Sarah Sammy said so. And the question that you want to ask yourself, why is the prosecutor blocking the reconstruction? Shouldn't the prosecutor want the reconstruction to prove her case? I mean, she's sitting there saying that this is intentional, that Mustafa crashed the vehicle on purpose. Wouldn't it help her case if an independent expert reconstruct this whole accident, this whole scene? Why is a guy that's sitting in solitary confinement hiring an independent expert, reconstructing the vehicle, screaming to have his vehicle reconstructed, and a prosecutor that's saying this is intentional, blocking the reconstruction? Something is not adding up here. It's supposed to be the other way around. I mean, if Mustafa crashed the vehicle on purpose, he wouldn't want an independent expert to reconstruct the whole scene. Something is not adding up. And it sure show that this police department know that this is a car accident, and they're blocking the evidence from coming out. Let's watch this body cam.
It's in a box.
Which one is it?
What's that?
Which one is
It's in a box. Per my conversation with Sarah, So this is the first time I've ever done this in 18 years. She said we can pull it out for you.
Yeah.
You can look at it. She doesn't want anybody touching it.
Okay.
Like touching it, I mean, can I?
Like if you want to take pictures
Yeah.
and all that, but if anything needs to be manipulated, we'll do it for
Okay,
you
perfect.
for chain of custody issues.
Perfect.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah, you're more than welcome to like poke around.
Yeah.
But nothing gets moved,
Gotcha,
changed,
gotcha.
or anything
Perfect.
like that. So.
Did y'all already pull the
The
module?
ATM? Yeah, we've got it.
Okay.
All right. So this independent expert is being blocked from reconstructing the vehicle. So let's go back to what Brad Haywood is telling the courts. All right. So we go back to page 23. All right. All right. So you already, I'm going to read it just to recap what Brad Haywood is telling the court. So that way we understand what Brad, now that we watch those body cams and we watch those relevant videos, we're going to understand what Brad Haywood is telling the presiding judge, Judge Carol Weimer. Defense attorney Brad Haywood tells the presiding judge, Judge Carol Weimer, so you can go down the list. I mean, there are other ways. Investigator Drum wouldn't let our crash investigator touch the vehicle. When I spoke to Mr. Keene, okay, let me read it from page 21. All right. I don't doubt that they have done that, but the issue again is whether they actually have everything that the Prince William County Police Department has. And that has been a problem already. We have issues, for instance, where Investigator Drum put false statement in a police report. And my understanding is, and the Commonwealth can correct me if I'm wrong, but his body cam video, which would have memorialized that conversation, was not given to them until after the discrepancy was pointed out. Mr. Al-Jazari family did not have a recording, and that's where they were able to file a complaint. The officer, when he falsified Mustafa's statements, that body cam is not in the server. My other brother, Muhammad, have recorded that conversation, and that's how we can prove that the officer falsified Mustafa's statement. So the question is, where is that body cam?